Hey guys, thanks for joining me for another Dokkan battle video. And today we're going to take a good look at this Int Broly. So this Int Broly, I just got him rainbowed. So he's a unit that has actually been fairly scarce on global. So he got his original release months ago, but it was at a time that I think a lot of people weren't really wanting to summon for him. There was other stuff coming. I think it was last spring and we were like kind of gearing up for summer and getting ready for anniversary and all that stuff, right? So I don't think a lot of people summoned for this guy. I summoned to get him to 55%. But I didn't really use him that much because the other thing that hurt this guy in global was we didn't have the same name update yet. And this guy operates a lot better with the same name update because you can run these really cool Broly squads where you can run the same Brolys on the same team. And the big thing that hurt this guy is he shares the same name as LR STR Broly. And odds are on global, if you're running a team with Broly, you're going to want to run the LR STR, right? So that same name update came out much later. So people maybe skipped this guy because you couldn't use him for a while. And then it took him forever to come back. So on global, we very recently got this guy to come back. He was actually on the New Year's banner, and then he came back right away on Super Vegeta. So between New Year's and Super Vegeta, I actually did end up rainbowing him. So I thought it would be really good because I really haven't used this guy much myself. So for me to experience this guy, I thought we could experience them together. I'd make a video on it. I really want to see how good this Broly is because I know I've used him a couple times just here and there sparingly, but I haven't really like taken a good look at him. But his attack stats do seem low. But I don't think that that's necessarily a bad thing. So let's actually showcase him here in this video, see how good he actually is, and let's analyze and see what he's really doing, right? So this is a Rainbow Broly. He's not full level 10 links, but I've got him fairly link level. I got him fairly high. So we'll take a look at that. His leader skill is Planetary Destruction. Sorry, I'm on the wrong page here. Planetary Destruction are movie bosses, 170 to stats and then 130 to HP. So attack and defense 170, HP 130. So fairly decent leader skill. There are some good units on his teams, so he does make a fairly decent leader. He does infinitely stack attack and defense and causes immense damage to enemies. So that's the part I find really intriguing about this Broly. Most of the Brolys, I think the reason why people look at this Broly different or why people might underrate him is because you think of Broly as this big time attack stat type unit, annihilating. We think of LR Broly, we think of Tech Broly, right? We think of units like that. The fact that this guy has a little bit more finesse and a little bit more defense to his kit, I think is very good because that's not a typical Broly stat, right? So I think it's going to be really good to think of this Broly in a different light and use him in a different way, and I think he is going to be very solid. When I read him on paper, he looks very good. So his passive, he gets Key 3 and attack and defense 180 straight out. That's really good. I do like when TURs get Key right out of the gate because some TURs do struggle getting super attacks off. So the fact that this guy just starts with 3 Key before linking means that he's probably going to super like every turn no matter what, right? He reduces damage by 18% and chance of performing a crit plus 18. So once again, straight up, he gets 18% damage reduction and 18% chance to crit. That also is absolutely incredible because this guy's got defense in his passive. So even though the damage reduction there is small, it will have an impact because he has a very high defensive percentage in his passive, which is helpful. He launches a guaranteed additional that has a medium chance of becoming a super attack. I believe this is a 25 or 30% chance. Now, take that first part I just read. That's just what he always gets. Then there's a second part that he'll get under certain conditions. He gets an additional Key 3, launches another additional that has a medium chance of becoming a super attack, reduces damage by another 18%, and chance of performing crit plus 18 within the same turn after performing a super attack, as long as there is a pure or hybrid Saiyan's category enemy. This is very similar to Strength Cooler, where this is not a bad restriction. Broly is going to have this quite often, okay? So basically, if you're facing a pure or hybrid Saiyan, after super attacking, he's going to have a 36% chance to crit, and he's going to have 36% damage reduction on top of all of the defense he's already got, and he's stacking attack and defense. So when you pack all of that together, I think especially in like a longer event, this Broly actually is going to look quite impressive. He also has an active skill, which can be activated after performing 4 or more super attacks in battle. Basically, this guy can he can quadruple super. So you could have that magical turn where he quadruple supers, right? Because you can get the original super. If you're facing a pure hybrid Saiyan, he has 2 more medium chances to super, and then you have hidden potential chance to super. So this guy could quadruple super in a turn, which also makes him impressive and helps him stack a lot, right? Typically, I think it's going to be turn 5 or later that you're going to actually get this. It's going to depend on RNG, where he sits in your rotations, all that stuff, right? When he does get his active skill, he has Ki +6, attack +60%, and attacks effective against all types for 1 turn. So on the turn with his active skill, he's going to be pretty nasty, especially because he's going to have several turns of stacking already, right? So I decided to really go really heavy on additionals for him, because on stacking units, I do like to prioritize getting additional super attacks off, right? So that's definitely what I would recommend there. I did give him a little bit of crit as well, just because he does have crit in his passive, but a little bit more crit will really help on the additionals, because he could be doing additional normals, and if they crit, they're going to be doing more damage. If they're not critting in difficult content, his additional normals basically will do nothing. So I think balancing additional and crit is good on him. He does have so many built-in attacks you could justify, like, people could argue that my additional build is too heavy at 19, just because with the 3 guaranteed attacks he's getting, odds are it's going to proc, even if it's a little bit lower. So I could definitely see people wanting to go more crit on him, right? So just find a good balance, find what you like. And you can see there's my clips that I put on him as well. And you can see I've kind of got some mid-level links. He's in the 4 to 5 to 6 range. So decently link level, but not like anything crazy. I am working on it. I do want to get him full level 10 links, but I was kind of antsy to get the video out now, and it takes a while to full level 10 link. Plus I'm working on that Prime Battle Gohan. So pretty much all my energy is going into that right now. So I'm not even getting a chance to link level right now. So here's the team build. I'm running the Imp Broly as the lead. I've got a friend Rainbowed 1 as well. Now, the friend 1 is full level 10 links, so we will see some attack stats from them, but I am going to feature my Broly and keep him on rotation, okay? And then we got our boy Kid Buu. We've got Turles, and we've got this cooler, basically showcase purposes, just showing what he looks like with support on rotation, right? Okay, so we did end up with like the perfect rotation, because the Tech Broly and the Imp Broly link up really, really well together. The problem is this is the friend 1. So I'm actually going to float my Tech Broly off here to get him on rotation with mine. But we'll look at the friend Broly. This is a Rainbow full level 10 links, right? So the friend Broly is at 176k defense turn 1. Remember, he's going to be stacking, and he's got the damage reduction. So that turn 1 number might not like overwhelm you, but remember, he's got damage reduction and he's stacking. So I think over the course of the event, I'm going to be really curious, because I'm going to be curious to see what he looks like at the end of a long event like the Legendary Goku event, right? And we're going to see, is this Broly good enough that you could take him into, say, Legendary Vegeta or GT event, the ones that are a little bit more difficult, right? Which I think he can do very well in those situations. I'm just going to be curious to see how fast his defense stacks. Like I said, I ran him a few times here and there, but I've never really done a concentrated video focusing on the stacking. But look at the friend Broly's going off here. Just put up a 3.4 mil attack stat. He's doing multiple supers there, just taking out the Goku. So I don't know. I think that turn 1 looked pretty good for the friend Broly. We'll look at my Broly here, right here. So he does link very well with the Dragon Ball Super Broly. So I mean, I could justify just keeping them on rotation together. Remember, the links aren't always going to light up, but he's got this Berserker link where you have to be below. Oh gosh, what do you have to be? Is it 50% for Berserker? Let me check that really quick. It's a good link. Yeah, you have to be 50% or less HP. 30% attack, though, is huge. So at some point in the video, we're going to be getting Berserker live, and we'll be taking a look at that. What I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to leave Turles on rotation with my Broly, just because I know that I'm floating the LR Tech Broly back on, right? And I want to keep the support here. So we're going to go ahead and attack here. And let's see, my Broly's at 139k defense. So once again, not the craziest stat. And the big difference here is that Turles is only attack supporting. Turles does not defense support, if I remember right. Yes. I'm hoping Turles, though, he's going to be one of the more hype EZAs when he comes, because if they add defense onto there and then obviously make him like offensively and defensively viable, AGL Turles is probably one of my most used units since he came out. Just being a general support that is on a ton of teams. So here we are at like 2.6, but once again, we've got multiple supers coming. So when you've got multiple supers coming, those smaller attack stats definitely add up, right? Okay, so my Broly there did several attacks. We got, looks like a couple of super attack stacks in, right? So we're going to see how the defense is looking on the next turn. Okay, and Turles getting a clutch dodge. That's pure hidden potential right there. My Turles, I do think I went pretty heavy dodge on him, because other than supporting, he's not really doing much. I mean, he does have some really good links. So if you link him up with like STR Turles, he actually can hit decent. But it's definitely not good in today's game, right? Today's standards. All right, so we'll just do this. Here's the friend Broly with no links. 238k defense after 1 turn of stacking. He is getting double supported. But we'll see what the friend Broly's looking like here. He's got type advantage, so I'm really not worried about him taking damage here. And, I mean, this is legendary, the original Goku event, so I'm not worried about us taking too much damage at all. Let's see what this does. He has the 18% damage reduction, yep. And then after supering, once again, that's going to go up to 36 because we're fighting a pure Saiyan. So, yeah, 2.35. Not a crazy attack stat, right? But let's see how many supers we end up getting here. So, there's one. Okay, second one. Okay, so he did a second normal. The third one did trigger for 2.4. And then let's see if we can get a third from hidden potential here from the friend Broly. Yep, so here's a triple super attack from this Broly. So in total, he did about a 7.5 mil attack stat. So if you saw that as one number, you would be impressed by that, right? Now, this Broly doesn't get that guaranteed every turn. But I would say on average, you can count on at least 2 supers from this Broly. Considering the fact that you have 4 attacks total, odds are at least 2 of them are probably going to hit. Well, the original one will hit, right? So odds are if you get the 3 extra ones, one of those will probably hit. So I think you could count on at least 2 supers per turn, but it's still not guaranteed, right? Okay, so now we've got the Broly rotation that I want. This is like exactly what I want. So my Broly here is at about 200k defense. You can see we've got every link active. Berserker, he would also be sharing. It's just we don't have the HP low enough, right? So let's go ahead, Int Broly. Swinging through, we got the Tech Broly's going to get a nice hit. Tech Broly might just take this Goku out. All right, let's see how we're looking here. This is our second turn with our Showcase Broly here. Let's see what we got. So about 3 mil. So once again, by today's standards, 3 mil people would say is like kind of like an average number for like an on-rotation unit. But let's see how many supers we get. So here's number 2. So now we're at a 6 mil attack stat. I would say 6 mil alone is looking pretty impressive. We could possibly get 2 more. Okay, so here's a third normal. And then we got a 4th normal. So we got 2 out of the 4 ended up being supers, right? Once again, stacking attack and defense along the way. Sure, we'll take a 5 dodge. So that's the other thing this Broly technically has in his kit. He's got a guaranteed 5 dodge because int units get 5 dodge built in, right? If you wanted to give Broly more dodge, I mean, you could. I don't feel like this is the type of unit you'd want to give dodge to unless you're planning to use him in like Super Battle Road. But because he's a stacking unit and he's got damage reduction, you just want his defense to carry. So I really recommend you just go all in on crit and additional with this Broly, right? Okay. So now we got our Dragon Ball Super Broly transform. I feel like there's actually a fairly good chance. So the friend Broly has the active skill, but we're going to save that. We'll wait and use that with our Broly, and then maybe I'll do the friend one on a different turn after we've seen our Broly go through. I think as we get closer to Anniversary, a lot of people, I mean, people have been speculating this for a while, but people are thinking like a Broly Gogeta type deal could be possible, and I do agree with that. I think, look at this Broly, though. He's at 3.4, but he's like going on 3 years old already, right? So I think it's not outside the realm of possibility that this physical Broly in the AGL Gogeta EZA, if we have a movie-themed anniversary, definitely could happen. By the way, the reason why this Broly is looking pretty good here at 3.4, we should have Berserker active right now because we did dip below 50%. So I think next turn we're going to see a Berserker turn. Yeah, 4.2 from the friend Broly. So Berserker, that's making a huge difference, right? So if he supers at least twice, we got an 8 mil attack stat here. Let's see if we can get a second one if the normals don't take him out. Yeah, so we got over an 8 mil attack stat from this friend Broly. So we're not even like crazy deep yet, but I'm telling you that I'm pretty impressed with this Int Broly. He is a very good unit. You can't look at every unit like blanket, like turn 1, slot 1, like, oh, they don't look that impressive. You got to think of overall what the unit is doing, and if you have to use the unit appropriately, right? All right, so this is going to be a fantastic turn because we're going to active skill. We're going to have Berserker active. And I don't think we would die here, but I might, because of Kid Buu on the end, I might use damage reduction here just to make sure, right? All right, let's see how Broly's looking here. So Broly, yeah, that Kid Buu on the end is going to get us killed. Yeah, 279k defense, and after supering, he's going to have 36% damage reduction after that. So I'm feeling pretty good about that. We're going to use a King Yama for damage reduction. It's going to keep our HP below 50%, so we can kind of ride this for a while. But yeah, there we are, 6 out of 7 links, right? I think we're going to be looking at a pretty fat attack stat here. I'm going to be very careful with my orbs not to grab the same type because I don't want to heal up. All right, let's see how we're looking with Berserker. This is turn 6. And yep, good thing we used the King Yama. I knew Goku would do something like this. They like to be mean and attack you right away. All right, so oh my gosh. Wow. So that's 5.8, guys, considering that we could be doing that times 4. Not guaranteed, but it could be times 4. Okay, second one is a miss. Can we get... Okay, so here's the second. So we just hit about a 12 mil attack stat. Can we get a third? Let's see. Wow, or does he survive for a third? He does, and we get the third. Okay. So what? An 18 mil attack stat? Sure, I'll take an 18 mil attack stat. And imagine if we had gotten all 4, then we would have been at a 24 mil attack stat. When you get into like the over 20 mil attack stats, then you're talking like STR Videl range, which I know that sounds crazy to like be comparing Broly to Videl in terms of like power, but like that's the type of power Videl has. So now that we've seen that, let's go ahead and let the friend Broly go crazy. We'll do it with him as well. But yeah, this Broly, it doesn't take him long to ramp up and look really, really good. And yeah, you get to this active skill. His active skill turn is absolutely insane. So yeah, well, I mean, we're going to keep going. I'm having fun with this Broly. He's looking pretty good to me. I do kind of want to stay under 50% here. I think I just healed myself above. Did we lose Berserker? Yeah, we just lost Berserker. That's okay. We'll let Berserker fall off. And what I'm going to do... I feel like I need to use Whis here. Let's use Whis. And then maybe, maybe the physical Broly will get super attack type disadvantage with Whis. It might still be enough to dip us under 50 again. We'll see. So we'll try to watch the orbs here for healing. All right, so we're going to get supered right away. And he dodged. Okay. So no chance of any of that happening. Wow, 2 dodges from Broly. And then, yeah, 6.1. And once again, this is his active skill turn. So yeah, looking pretty good. So can we get a quadruple? Let's get a quadruple 6 mil attack stat. Let's see if we can do it. See if we can get the 24 mil attack if Goku even survives it. Okay, there's the triple. All right, are we going to have 24 mil attack stat? I know this is the friend Broly, but hey, why not? Oh, we missed it. Shoot, he did not get the hidden potential. I actually am not sure what the friend Broly actually has for hidden potential on combo attack. They may have gone like a lot heavier on crit. I'd have to look at it. But yeah, that was pretty close, guys. We almost had the 24 mil attack stat. So you know he's capable of that. And not to mention, because he's stacking, that's going to only increase as the fight goes on. And as you're getting those multiple supers, he's ramping up even quicker, right? So I think this Broly looks absolutely fantastic to me. He's looking really good for long events, but I think he is usable in short events as well, especially against a hybrid or pure Saiyan, which is most of the game, just because he's got that damage reduction right away, right? Okay, I think we might have dipped below 50 again. Yep, we got Berserker, so perfect. So we got ourselves in Berserker range. We're going to let my Broly kind of finish this Goku off. I think we're going to be fine here. Yeah, so we're looking at 385k defense with damage reduction on top of it, right? So I think we're pretty safe to not take damage here. I kind of want to get supered right away. Okay. All right, so yeah, 4 mil. So there you go. 4 mil on its own. Still not the crazy impressive, but once again, you've got anywhere from probably 2 to 4 of that attack stack coming through. And we are just obliterating now for the Goku. So we're going to keep going because I'm kind of curious as to how quickly can we take out this Int UI Goku. Once these Brolys are ramped up, I mean, they're cooking here. Okay, so let's go ahead and, sure, let's just Ghost Usher. I'm going to use items. I just want to see how quick we can take this Goku down now that these Brolys are really ramped up. Oh, shoot, did I just get myself out? No, I'm still in Berserker. Okay. I had to be careful there. I accidentally grabbed physical orbs. Okay. So, yeah, this is now not with the active skill, but still around a 5 mil attack stat. So, yeah, we're looking at anywhere from like a 10 to a 20 mil attack stat. Let's see what he does here. So there's the 10 mil attack stat roughly. Another one will be 15 if we can get it. And look, we're just melting this UI Goku down. Yep, here's the trip. So now we're 15 mil attack stat. Okay. And then if we can get a fourth, we're looking at a 20 mil attack stat for the turn. And we get a fourth. Oh, the fourth normal. Okay. It'd be nice if we get it once in the video, but you guys can see it happens. And to me, I mean, I think the more I use this Broly, it seems more and more likely that he's hitting. I feel like 2 is like almost a safe bet, but I think it's not uncommon to see this guy. We've had several triple super attack turns just in this video alone. And once again, he's just ramping up so quickly because of it, and he's dealing a lot of damage. I do think like a little bit more crit is justifiable. Of course, Turles is going to mess up our support. That's what he does by transforming. I think it's going to be wishful thinking, but I think it would be really cool if they took units like Turles when the EZA. I don't know if it'd be hard to program, but to change them to an active skill instead of an auto transformation. I don't think they would do that, but that's in a perfect world, that's what I would like. Because now my Broly is still at 364k defense, but he's not getting any support now from Turles because Turles went ahead and transformed, right? And we lost Berserker. So my attack's going to dip a little bit. You know what? Since we lost Berserker, let's go crazy with Tech Broly here. Let's do it. Let's go crazy with Tech Broly. And we're going to just play this turn out without items. I know we're going to... Well, Turles will probably get us killed. Sure, let's just use a Whis. Why not? And then Turles... yeah, Broly will just grab that. And then Turles will just grab that. Okay, let's see what happens here. Even without Berserker, though, this should still be pretty good damage. Okay, 3 mil. Yeah, the Berserker makes a huge difference, right? You can tell when Berserker's on. But like I said, even with the 3 mil, this is times 2 to 4 attacks, right? So here's 2. I think 2 is just basically a shoo-in. You're going to get at least 2 supers out of this guy. Let's see if we get 3 or 4. Okay, so the 3rd is a normal, and the 4th is normal. So that was just a 2 super attack turn. So we did have that happen a couple times. But look at this. Int UI is basically gone. Tech Broly is probably going to finish him here unless he dodges this. I mean, this was a very fast Legendary Goku run, right? A lot of times I'm doing these showcases, I'm like, all right, we've seen enough, let's be done. But, like, the Brolys are just melting him so quickly. Yeah, there he goes. He's done. So anyways, guys, let me know what you think of this Imp Broly, but he is absolutely fantastic. I do really like him. I do think he's probably underrated, especially on Global. Not because people under-evaluate him. I just think people didn't pull for him and haven't used him a lot. Like, this is my first time really taking a good look at him, and I'm very impressed. I very much like this Broly. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching. We'll catch y'all in the next one.